Hi everyone, Dawn Fisher, Morning Glory Needleworks. Welcome to my 75th FlossTube video. Can you believe it? Go through my little blurb first. As always, all my links are listed in the description comments section. You can scroll down, there'll be links to the Morning Glory Needleworks Etsy shop, the Morning Glory Needleworks Facebook page, Buy Me a Coffee Stitch of the Month Facebook page if you want to join that, my Etsy shop and Instagram. So it's the 15th of February. I'm on time this month. Yay. So I've had a lot going on the last couple of weeks. I've talked about it before. The kitties and I had to move out for 3 nights, which was a pain, yes. I mentioned the condo was being tented for termites and we had to move out. Ugh. I had to double bag all my food and medicine, anything you take by mouth, in special bags that they gave us. I don't get it. You have to double bag it, so they give you 15 bags. Why would they give you an odd number of bags if you need to double bag it? I don't understand, but I use them all. So I didn't think it would take very long to bag up all my food and stuff. Guess what? It took a really long time. It's a pain. It's a pain. They didn't give you anything to tie the bag shut with. It was kind of crazy, but I had to take all my food out of the cupboards. Anything that was not in cans had to be bagged, whether it was open or not. They just did that to be on the safe side. So everything, bottles of water, cereal, just anything that was in a bag. I found all sorts of outdated stuff, which is crazy because I just moved in here. But anyway, and all the food in the refrigerator and the freezer had to be removed, taken out, put in bags, tied shut, and put back in. So you wouldn't think it would be that much, but of course I had just bought groceries. I don't know what I was thinking. But so I had to take shelves out of the fridge, double bag everything up. It took 2 bags for the fridge and actually 2 bags for the freezer, mostly because I couldn't lift it up. I could have got it all in one bag, but I couldn't lift it back up and get it in the freezer. But anything, it took way longer than I planned on it taking. So anything. Anyway, it was kind of crazy. Then of course I had to pack my stuff, and by then I was like totally discombobulated. I had to pack my stuff, and the cats figured out something was going on. So of course they immediately disappeared, all of them. Sorry, my necklace has gotten backwards here. There we go. So I finally caught all 3 cats, which took a good half hour, and I had some very unhappy kitties. And luckily that morning the elevator had quit working again, but they did get it working. The new company we have, management company for our condos, is wonderful. They actually came to the door when the elevator wasn't working and asked if I was going to need help moving out, bagging stuff up, whatever I needed to do. So that was wonderful. They also got the elevator company out there on a Sunday because we had to move out on Sunday. So they got the elevator company out there on a Sunday to fix our elevator. So it was fixed by that morning, actually. So it worked out pretty good, which was good because I really didn't want to carry 3 cat carriers down 2 flights of stairs. And my stuff and all their food and a litter box, because I had to bring all that stuff with me. So I went and I stayed with a good friend of mine. Thank you, Karen, for letting me and the kitties stay with you. Unfortunately, well, not really. Karen has 2 dogs, which love cats, but my cats don't love dogs or anything else for that matter. So they kind of stayed in the bedroom. I put them in the bedroom that I was going to be in, and they just stayed in the bedroom for those 3 days. I was hoping it would be done the second night. Some of the buildings were, but this building is so big, it took extra time. And so I stayed 3 nights there. Mama and Elphaba, they were pretty good almost immediately. Within a few hours, they were out and on the bed and everything. Bustifer was pretty much under the bed the whole time he was there. He came out a couple times and would eat. I put out, food and water in the litter box. Everything was right there in the bedroom. A couple times I brought Mama and Elphaba out to meet Karen and look at her dogs. They were not real happy. Mama didn't really care, but Elphaba was not real happy. Buster, I couldn't catch him. So anyway, it was nice. It was nice to stay with her. We didn't do much. We actually went to an antique store and I found a bunch of the little salt cellars that I sell. So that was nice. So I have a lot of salt cellars for the next retreat I go to. She had 25 of them. So I bought all 25. So I am restocked with salt cellars. And we went out with lunch from another friend. Karen and I actually graduated high school together. We were not friends in high school. We knew each other, but not really friends, not the same crowd. But since she has moved to Dunedin, which is about a half an hour from where I live, so her and I've kind of connected, and we meet for lunch once a month. So it's fun. And she was nice enough to let me come stay with her and bring my cats to come stay with her. So it was nice. We had a nice time. It was kind of boring. We didn't do much, but I pretty much worked on my laptop the whole time I was there. I was working on my pattern and stuff that I'm going to talk about in a little bit. But anyway, we're all home. We're home safe and sound. The kitties, within an hour or so, we're pretty much back to normal. I finally got everything unbagged and put away. It was still a pain to unbag everything and get it put back where it should be, or hopefully where it should be. It's actually been really nice because they had to open the windows. I don't know if you can hear the road noise, but they had to open the windows because they actually tent the whole building and fill it with gas. And then when they're done, they have to make sure the gas gets into the building. So they have to open the windows and they go around and open up all the cupboard doors to make sure it permeates everything. So, because we want to kill all the termites. They had opened the windows, which I had never opened my windows yet because I was told they were hard to open. But so the front window and the back window are open and it's kind of nice. It's warm in here, but there's a really nice breeze going through. So the AC has been turned off for a few days. So it's kind of nice, kind of weird because I can hear a lot more noises and stuff, but the fresh air is really nice. So I'm going to lock it all back up before I go out of town. But meanwhile, it's kind of nice having some fresh air through here. So anyway, for the tenting of the termites, they said, I think they warranty it for like 7 years. And if they come back, if somebody sees some, they'll come back and just treat that area. But we'll probably have to have the whole place tented again in 7 years. Hopefully I'll still be here. But other than that, also my laptop is still acting up. I've tried so many times to reload Windows without removing everything. It hasn't worked so far. I've done some research online. I've figured out how to fix it myself, but it's pretty involved. And I may lose some of my program. I may have to uninstall some of the programs when I reset it. And I didn't want to do that because I'm leaving soon to go to Massachusetts to teach a class. So I didn't want to risk losing all my programs that I use to teach and have to load them all on before I left for the class. So I hope it keeps working. Nice computer while I'm teaching. It's a small class, so I can do it without the laptop. but it's easier with the PowerPoint and the projector to put it up on the screen, and I demonstrate the stitches the same way I do for the stitch of the month that I do here. So they can see it nice and large. But worst comes to worst, I can do it without it. But just keep your fingers crossed that everything works out okay. Next, I'm going to talk about, speaking of teaching in Massachusetts. Whoops, I'm going to be teaching my newest class, Spool of Stitches. I have 2 of them done. It's kind of loose on here. But I'm so excited because this is my newest class, and I haven't been doing much other stitching because I've been working on the instructions in the PowerPoint, because there's actually like 30 different stitches plus the finishing instructions for this. So it took me a while, to write them all and get all the diagrams drawn and just all the little hints and things I give, plus the PowerPoint, which is transferring a lot of the same information and photographs. I have so many photographs on how to finish this. That's what I like, is I can put it up on the screen so you can see how I've done all the different finishing ways I'm finishing it. So it actually took me a while to decide on the exact finishing. How I knew kind of how I wanted to finish it, but I just got hit with an idea. And so this is how, my great shiny button, this is how it's finished. These are handmade spools. So when you take the class, they're all different. They're all made different because they're all made by hand. A woman hand turns them for me. I ordered them all from her. I have a variety of colors, light and dark. So I'm really excited. So this is, I'm going to untie this and unspool it. So this is the spool of stitches. There's 26 different stitches, one for each letter of the alphabet, plus the letters themselves are all each 4 different stitches. There's rice and mosaic, eyelet, and I don't remember the other one. Anyway, but and there's all the stitches, and I have this wonderful banding, this pre-finished on the ends, this banding. And I'm just wrapping it up so you can see this is sulky thread. It's there's 4 different colorways for this, and you get a full thread pack with 6, I think it's 6 different colors. So these are all the different stitches. Then at the bottom, here's where I signed it. Now what I decided to do was make this little point at the end, and you can see how bright and shiny that button is. That is a mother of pearl button. I just thought they were really pretty and they were a nice size. And this is some beautiful silk ribbon that I ordered. This is River Silks, and it kind of goes with the green banding. So all that's included in the kit: the button, the banding, the spool, the ribbon, everything you need to complete this. So that's how it looks. That's the kit. And I'll show you, this is another, after I did the first one, I decided to, like I said, offer different colorways. So there's 4 different colorways. So this top section is the favorites colorway, which is what I did the original. And this next section is the Hawaiian colors. They're all really pretty. I would hate to have to decide because I kind of did them all. And the next is what's called the most popular colors. All those. And then the last one is called Garden. I think it's Garden Party. But that is, that one's got a little bit lighter, brighter colors. But again, so that's, everybody had a choice of which colorway they wanted for the class. So I'm teaching this in Sturbridge, Massachusetts next week. I'm teaching it in March in Melbourne, Florida, for the Indian River EGA chapter. And besides this, I'm also teaching the Alphabet of Stitches class for Canopy Oaks EGA chapter in Tallahassee in April. So February, March, and April, I have a class every month. So I've got a few busy months coming up. I'm really excited. I love teaching and traveling. And I love going to Sturbridge. I'm teaching at Stitcher's Hideaway, and this is their final retreat. She's not going to be having any more retreats, and it's a retreat where you can go for as little as 2 days or for 5 whole days. So I'm going for the whole 5 days. I'm teaching the first 2 days, and then the last 3 days, I'm just going to be stitching and selling some patterns, but just kind of relaxing and having a good time with everybody else. So I'm really, really looking forward to it. I'm sorry that she's no longer going to be having them. Stitcher's Hideaway kind of got me back into stitching and retreats back in, it was probably around 2004, maybe. Something like that when I started going to them. Sue Donnelly used to run them, and she had some here in Florida, and that's where I met her. And then we got to be good friends. And then I started going to her retreats up in Sturbridge and Mystic, Connecticut. And she had a few retreats in other parts of the country, and then she just kind of settled on Sturbridge and Mystic because they were close to where she lived in Connecticut. So anyway, I'm very excited about teaching there. And again, I'm sorry it's the last one, but I'll have lots to talk about in my next FlossTube after I get back. And it's going to be cold up there. I'm not looking forward to Massachusetts in February, but I'll be okay. I have some sweaters and lots of socks I can take. And so anyway, I'll be talking about that in the next video. Now, this one's going to be short and sweet, mostly because I don't know if my laptop's going to crash out on me again. But I was going through my antique samplers. I've been kind of going through some stuff. I have a large container where they're all laid flat in there. And I found this wonderful darning sampler. I believe it may be a piece of a larger sampler, but I'm not sure. So I wanted to show you this. This is a Dutch darning sampler. So it's small. I don't have the measurements on it. Whoops. But isn't this just lovely and fun? And it took me a while to figure out these are words. This is her name, well, part of her name, and the year 1894 here, down at the bottom. And I've not seen people's names worked in darning, but I don't have a lot of darning samplers, so this one's a little unusual. It's done on 28 count linen with a fine wool floss. So I figured out this is an M and then a lowercase v and then a capital D AALEN. So I plugged DAALEN into Mr. Google, and it came up with a bunch of people named Van Dalen. I don't know how to say it. I apologize, even though I grew up in Holland, Michigan. I've not heard this name before. So, but they were all Dutch. So her name is lowercase v. So the Van, V-A-N, was spelled with a lowercase v. And then Dalen, her first name began with an M. I don't know. I don't have any other information. I don't even remember where I got this. I've had it for so many years, but it's just lovely. And I'm really excited about it. It's got so many different patterns. I'm really thinking about reproducing it. I'm not an expert in pattern darning. I've done some, I would have to do some research. I have some books on it. Of course, I have a million books, but I'm very excited about it. And so I do want to reproduce it. There is some damage, but it's not hard to figure out the missing stitches because it is a pattern. And I think, I want your opinion. I think this would be a fun teaching piece. This would be a fun class, a nice small class or small project with a ton of different darning patterns. Let me show you the back. So you can see how they work. They're reversible. Some are prettier on the front. Some are the same on the front and back, like this one here would be the same on the front and back. This is a very basic one. This is where you would start. This was probably her first practice piece. So you can see it's kind of, they get a little more complicated as you go along. And I think this is a fragment. See the end? There's satin stitching here. So it looks like it was, I don't know if it broke off or was cut off at the satin stitching. I don't know what was at the bottom of this. I wish they would not have cut it apart. You can also see it's got some bad staining here, but it's still very lovely and fun. So let me know what you think. I just think it would be a really fun class. I'm going to be sending out some more proposals, but I have to get a little bit further along in charting it before diagramming it before I start sending it out for proposals for classes. So let me know what you think. I'm really excited about it. I love the colors there. And because they're wool, they're still very vibrant. They did not fade. You can see the front and the back are the same bright colors. So I just think it would be really, really interesting. Of course, I have at least 2 other samplers I need to get done reproducing before I start on anything else. But I could sit and maybe start figuring out some of the patterns. But that's it. Nice short video, FlossTube 75. Thank you for watching. That's it. As always, thank you to everybody who's liked, subscribed, commented. I do love seeing the comments. Makes me know people are watching. So be sure to subscribe so you know when the next video is posted. They're usually on the 1st of the month. And I do the stitch of the month on the 1st of the month and on the 15th of the month. So you can share any photos you've been doing of some of the stitches you've done that from Stitch of the Month. You can share them in the Stitch of the Stitch of the Month Facebook group. And also let me know what stitches you'd like to learn. I did teach last year, the last stitch for 2024 was a pattern darning stitch. It was a Christmas tree. So you can kind of see how pattern darning works. That was a pretty simple stitch. So I'm looking forward to that, working on this. But anyway, as again, all the links are posted. I've also got it broken down into chapters. So if you just want to watch or want to rewatch a certain section of this video, that's in the description. Also, so I will see you on March 1st, 2025, which is my birthday, and it's a big one this year. So I don't know how I got this old, but thank you again for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.